4 games, how would you evaluate the way that you play at linebacker so far?
Well, my gameplay, first 4 games, really average. I wouldn't say I have gotten a lot of action throughout the first 4 games due to the run the ball outside, trying to make us run. But really just average, not a lot of action in the hole or not my side. They're trying to give them the corners to make our corners tackle on the perimeter, things like that. So I'd say really average.
What have you seen from C.J. Allen? You see him out there a lot as a true freshman. It's kind of impressive. What have you seen from him?
A young guy who going to be really good in the future. Just really getting his feet wet. Been going in practice. Coach say you practice. You go out there, you're a starter, so that's how you practice. So that's how you go out there and play like that.
Yeah, after the game on Saturday, you talked about the lack of communication, how it's maybe hurting you guys on defense. How important is Jamon to that aspect for this defense in terms of being the guy in the secondary that is maybe helping making some of those calls and not having him out there sort of impacting you guys?
Jamon definitely, one of the leaders on the defense. Definitely one of the people on the team that makes the communication lines easier and things of that aspect. But we believe in our guys that the coach put on the field to replace him or have in his spot until he come back. So, it's I wouldn't say a loss, but it's got the field. Everyone voice got to be heard on the communication lines. And like I said, the communication that goes from youth league to the pros. Communication is everything. So once we dial up on that, I expect our defense to go to a whole nother level with the communication. And the communication is everything. Coach Shue showed us a video Friday night of Ray Lewis talking about communication and how important it is. If you can alert your guy next to you, what you think the offense might be doing, is better than what you just doing by yourself.
Jamon, Auburn's one of these teams that has 2, 3, 4 different running backs that they'll rotate in. What kind of challenge does that present to a defense where it's not just one ball carrier you guys really got to focus on, that they can keep guys fresh and keep that going through a game?
Well, they got 4 ball handlers. We have 5, 6 linebackers that come to the game. So, we got depth in our room, and we believe in every single guy in our room. So, they got 4, we got 6 linebackers. Ain't no big problem to us.
As far as communication goes, what kind of things do y'all do in practice to work on that?
We have, I don't even know what to call it, but we got speakers in our indoor. Coach turn it up loud as you can turn it up. I think he break the little volume paddle to turn it up, but he make it super loud in there. So when game day come, super easier, and it's lower on game day than we expect because our air is drumming, blasting out from Monday through Thursday. So that's what he does, turn the speakers up all the way up and just have a little static sound just blasting.
Talk about preparing for multiple running backs. They play multiple quarterbacks and they're very different. How do you go about preparing for maybe a rushing threat and more of a traditional pocket passer?
The way you prepare for them, I say. We had played against 2 teams that played multiple quarterbacks this season. Ball State played 3 quarterbacks. We played each of them differently. One of them was a running quarterback, like you said. One of them was a pocket quarterback. So you just play them differently. When one of them in the game, you expect a different play. A running QB, you might expect to read the option. The pocket QB, you might expect him to stay in the pocket. So you prepare them on who they are as a player.
Jamon, to your left, so many great rivalries with this program. I see Tech in Florida, Tennessee. Well, I'm curious where you put the Auburn rivalry.
I put Auburn probably at, I don't know, this is my second year here. Third year here, so I know for sure Coach be mad if I don't put Georgia Tech first. So Georgia Tech definitely first. I think Auburn probably second. Yeah, Georgia Tech got to be first.
Yeah, you talked about your play being average so far. I mean, for you personally, what are the focuses for you trying to elevate that level of play with the SEC schedule really getting going this week?
I'm really just getting back to myself. Eyes, locking in, and just, be who you are at the end of the day. You got to be yourself.
I'll ask, why does Coach have to have Georgia Tech first? And what is it that leads to that level of intensity?
I don't know. Since I stepped foot in here, it just Georgia Tech is the one for him. Just give him that twitch at the end of the day. If we play Georgia Tech, just pay attention to how he acts. So just give him that twitch at the end of the day. I don't know. I always paid attention to that Georgia Tech week since I've been here. How he acts a little different.
Talking about, again, preparing for multiple quarterbacks, just to follow up, do you guys give a different look with the quarterbacks in practice? Like, is there a certain scout team quarterback that's playing the mobile guy? Is there a certain quarterback that maybe is playing taking Thorne's angle and things?
I'm trying to think. I want to say no. I think Colin Drake does a great job of mimicking all the QB we play. When he's in, he'll probably tell us the jersey number he's in to mimic that quarterback. So we alert everyone, hey, this is such and such, he's in. This is the dual threat quarterback, this is the running quarterback. And he'll tell us if he's the pocket passer by the number. We got to pay attention to the number while we're in the game, so that's it.
Only saw Smile make some plays on Saturday. He deflected that pass that Tyke picked off. What have you seen from him as he's come back from that foot injury and got some more games under his belt coming back from that injury?
Smile done a great job coming back. Still fighting the injury. Proud of him. Still getting back to himself, but I'm proud of how the way he been playing. The foot injury ain't nothing to play with, so for him to keep fighting, I'm proud of him.
Other than different styles for quarterbacks, what are the biggest things that stand out to you about this Auburn offense that y'all on defense will have to execute to get this win?
Nothing really different. We hopped on people going fast. So they got a new head coach this year. Back in the day, I don't want to say back in the day, like back in the day, but back in the day, he was doing tempo and going real fast. So we expect to see that. Going this year, tempo. That's a little different from Auburn. Auburn really don't go tempo, but when you're playing us, they're gonna go tempo.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you played for Coach Poggi at St. Francis.
Poggi.
Played for Coach Poggi. He's kind of taken over the college football world, or at least the college football world's kind of recognized who he is now. Do you have any stories about Coach Poggi from high school?
Nah, I'm focused on Auburn week.
Could you evaluate, and it may not be fair to ask you to do this, so handle it like you want to, but the D-line play in front of you, what are you seeing from those guys? Obviously, that's very important to linebacker play. It's just how well they're doing up front. Doesn't seem like there's a Jalen Carter type of presence up there, but what are you seeing?
When Jalen Carter was out, since you said Jalen Carter was out last year, about 5 games. We did what we supposed to do. The first 4 games, the linebackers haven't been getting touched unless it's a blitz that we're going down there. So I think our D linemen doing good. They in the backfield here and there, but I think they've been doing good.
Got time for 2 more questions.
Kirby talked about Warren Brinson after the game and said that he had that conversation with him before and said that, hey, you really earned this opportunity. What have you seen from him so far this season?
Warren's a guy that definitely, when he lock in, he can probably be the best version of himself and probably the best D tackle it is in the country. When he locking in and doing his right stuff and when he get that mindset, when he can be consistent in that, I think Warren can be real dangerous.
Beginning of the season, or even before even, Coach Martin talked about how complacency was going to be a big challenge. And I'm curious, have you seen it, or just something that Coach Smart brings up to you guys about we can't do this, we have to, give more effort or whatever it is?
complacency, you know, it happens when you see it sometimes. As a coach standpoint, and as a player standpoint, you see it sometimes too as well. But even when you don't see it, you want to keep saying it so your players won't get complacency and relax. So, you know, by him standing on us, it definitely not going to happen when he keeps saying it. So.
Thank you, Jamon.
Thanks, Jamon.